Hello guys, welcome to today's episode of the daily tutorial on trade ideas, and congratulations to those that actually made profit yesterday by following the signal we gave on this platform. And as you all know, we've made over I think 12 trades and we just encountered one loss, which was due to a change of character in the market. So I think it's a big thing for us, right? It's a big thing for us. So this was the trade we took yesterday. We entered the market at 155 and we took our profit at 159, and some even went as far as 160, right? And remember, I told you yesterday that the market will first of all go up to manipulate, then go down to distribute, and that was what happened. And I actually took two profits yesterday. So when the market actually went up to manipulate, I spotted this double top pattern, which is a bearish indication that the market wants to go down. And then I saw a change of character over here, and I waited for this retest over here. When the market tested, I waited for this engulfing candlestick pattern, this bearish engulfing candlestick pattern. When it came out, I entered on the confirmation and I actually made another profit over here, right? So we react to the market, like I keep telling you guys, we react to the market, but we have to look for reasons why we should react to the direction of the market. Okay, so in total we made two profits yesterday, and we're grateful. Right now, back to our discussion. So basically what we normally do, the first thing we normally do when we are trading this strategy is we look for the direction. That's the first thing. We look for the direction of the daily time frame to see what is the overall trend direction. And the overall trend direction has been bearish for a very long time now, due to the fact that this is a heavy time frame. It's a daily time frame, so it's going to take weeks before it changes character, right? So we are on the bearish time frame. We are on the bearish move. We've got our impulsive move, corrective move, impulsive, corrective, impulsive move, corrective, and I think we want to go into the impulsive phase. Now we make more money on an impulsive move, whether uptrend or downtrend. In an uptrend, we make more money on impulsive move than corrective move, because we can easily get stopped out when trading an uptrend on a corrective phase, right? Because the market is going down and you're looking to go up. Okay, so that aside, now since we know that we're on the downtrend on the daily time frame, we're going to put it at the back of our mind that we are on a downtrend. So we should be careful when trading long position. We should be careful and cautious, and we should actually adjust our risk to reward ratio when trading to the upside on a daily time frame. Okay, so we are on a corrective move, which is a pullback. Okay, so we got the impulsive move, and now we are on a corrective move like this. So we are looking to sell, but we're looking to buy, but what is going to guarantee us to buy is that you're going to see that we are having a weak bearish momentum, meaning that the market wants to pull back a little bit before it continues its up movement. Okay, now why does the market want to pull back? The market want to pull back because there's something called inefficiency in market, which is a fair value gap or a liquidity. Now a fair value gap is a distance between three candlesticks, like it's a space created between three candlesticks, which is considered to be an imbalance, a price or a place where buyers nor sellers traded because of the impulsiveness of the market. Now this is an imbalance, which is a fair value gap. So the fair value gap started from the lower wick of the first candle to the highest wick of the third candle. Okay, this is your fair value gap. Now the market doesn't like this fair value gaps. It doesn't like fair value gap, neither does it like liquidities that are resting above. Now this is the sell side liquidity. We call it a sell side liquidity because it's sellers that placed their orders over here, waiting for the market to come back and take their orders before going back down. Okay, I hope you understand that. Now the market will always come back to fill this liquidity over here, fill this space with candlesticks, and then continue its movement downward. So whenever you're trading, make sure you're looking at liquidity, make sure you're looking at fair value gaps, make sure you're looking at order flow, because that is what the market is responding to. The market movement, like that's the magnet attracting the price, okay, whether upwards or downwards. So now as you can see, you're going to see that there's a candlestick, or there are two candlesticks that has pierced through this. Okay, they have pierced through this fair value gap zone over here to actually correct price. It doesn't have to correct the price to all the way up. It can just tap the price and continue its movement downward. Now this is the fair value gap, and price might visit there again to actually balance it properly. But now what you're seeing is that the candlestick that formed day before yesterday, which was this one over here, is a bearish candlestick, and the pattern is a bearish engulfing candlestick, which involves a green candle and a red candle bigger than the green candle, indicating that the market wants to continue to reverse to the downside. So this was the candlestick that gave us the double profit yesterday, because it went up to manipulate and then came back down. But when it came back down, it formed this candlestick pattern. It formed this candlestick pattern referred to as the inverted hammer over here. Now the inverted hammer candlestick is a candlestick pattern that is indicating a bullish reversal to the upside. Okay, the inverted hammer is a bullish candlestick pattern that is indicating a bullish reversal to the upside. That's what an inverted hammer means. So whenever you see an inverted hammer, it's telling you that price might likely actually go up. Okay, so when I saw the inverted hammer yesterday at around 1 p.m, because I normally wake up every day at around 1 p.m. to see the opening of a new candlestick, to know where the manipulation is and where the distribution will probably be. Now when I saw that, I waited to see if there's going to be a manipulation to the downside, which there was. This was the manipulation that occurred to the downside, and that means it might distribute to the upside, but we have to confirm that on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, so in order to do that, we are going to use this candlestick bias strategy that we are using on all our videos to actually see if it's going to be like that or not. Now if you notice clearly, you're going to see that there's a wick to body contact over here, meaning that this market will continue to reverse to the downside. But in scenarios whereby the candlestick that gets formed is a reversal candlestick pattern, okay, meaning that price might continue to the upside, we have to use the guidance of the 1 hour or 4 hours, and then the entry on 15 minutes or 5 minutes. Only then can we be able to be at the safer side of the market, because just because the candlestick bias strategy is fantastic doesn't mean that it works all the time. No strategy works all the time. So if in your mind you have maybe you have done your analysis and the analysis is telling you to buy, but the market is telling you to sell, bro, sister, just sell. Okay, just sell. The market doesn't play with anybody. Okay, so that's just it. Now back to what we're doing. Since we have a bearish candlestick over here, that means we are going to mark the highest point of the candlestick and then the closing price of the candlestick like this. Okay, and then this is going to be our tradable zone. Over here is going to be our tradable zone. We're just going to be looking for sales over here. Like when the market moves up, what I mean is the market is currently going bullish, right? So we're just going to be looking for a double top candlestick pattern that will probably give us a bearish entry, and then we'll enter the market and then go down with it. Or we're going to be looking for a change of character like this in the market. Okay, a change of character that will allow us to actually go down in the market. Okay, and if you're fast enough, you can be able to actually scalp this market, like wait for a pullback, then enter a long position, then exit quickly, wait for a pullback, enter a long position, exit quickly before the character changes. But this is not advisable, guys, until you become perfected in the market, okay, because it has to do with supply and demand. Now let's just draw our lines and draw our tradable zone, and then go to the lower time frame or the medium time frame to see where the market direction is currently headed to. Okay, to do that, we just gonna enter over here, click on the array and mark out the highest point of the candle, just like this. Great, and then mark the lowest point, the closing price of yesterday's candle. Okay, the closing price of yesterday's candle, just like this, and I'll paint this red to indicate that it's closed bullish and bearish yesterday. Now our tradable zone is going to be with a rectangle tool. So it's going to start from the highest price down to the closing price like this. And we are done with the daily time frame. So if the market moves away from this point over here, I'm not looking to trade. I am not looking to trade. And if the market goes below this, fine, as long as the signal for me to trade is seen over here. Okay, as long as the signal for me to trade is seen within the tradable area, I'm going to be comfortable and okay to trade outside the or for the market to go outside the box for me. Okay, that's just it. Now let's go to the lower time frame. Let's start with the 4 hours. Let me show you how you can find context in the 4 hours too. So on the 4 hours, what you're seeing is that the market actually pulled back. Let me show you something. The market went low. We made profits over here yesterday. But that was a long position. Then it came back down. Like I told you yesterday that it will come back down. And then we saw, or we are seeing an inverted hammer too, just the way we saw an inverted hammer on the daily time frame, meaning that the market wants to go up. And then this is a pin bar candlestick pattern, meaning that the market wants to actually continue to go up. Okay, this is a continuation, a reversal, and a confirmation that the reversal wants to actually occur. And then you're going to see that your MACD is printing weak bearish movement in the market, meaning that the bears, the bulls are making more effort, gaining more control in the market than the bears. So currently we are going to be looking for buys. We are going to be looking to buy until the market swaps and changes direction. Okay, so we are probably thinking that the market might go as high as this level to grab this liquidity resting over here before it continues its way downwards, and it might not do that, but that's what we are anticipating. Okay, so what we just need to put in our mind is that we are going to buy before we sell. Okay, now since we know that we are going to buy before we sell, let's go and mark our highs and lows on the 1 hour time frame. Guys, trading is actually fun if you know what you're doing. Okay, so this is the 1 hour time frame, and on the 1 hour time frame, if you notice, you're going to see that we are having lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. This is a high, right? This is the low. Okay, this is the high, lower high. Sorry, higher low. This is the higher low. Then this is the higher high. Then we got a change of character over here. Okay, giving us a new lower low, and then a lower high, then a new lower low. So it's gonna make a lower high somewhere around here. So that means the high won't be as high as this before it continues its way downwards. Okay, except there's going to be a change of character, which I don't know, you don't know. So all we have to do is, how high does this market want to go? How can we see the strength of the buyers on this? Now we are going to do two things. We are going to use our MACD and our price action. Now the MACD, let's start with the MACD. The MACD is telling us that the bulls are just getting in the market right now, like they are just starting. That means this is a good time for us to actually buy. But if we want to buy, we have to see a confirmation, right? Our point of interest and confirmation. Okay, these are series of indecisional candle. This is an indecisional candle. This is an inverted hammer. This is a doji, and then this is a spinning top. Okay, a spinning top candlestick pattern, indicating that the market really wants to go up. Okay, and let's look for a fair value gap that will actually allow us to make the move upwards. So if you notice, you're going to see that there's a distance between this candle and this candle over here. Okay, so that is going to be our fair value gap, just like this. So the market will come to fill this fair value gap, and then this is our demand zone. The demand zone is the last green candle before the red candle. So probably we're anticipating that the market might move to this level before it can goes down to grab this liquidity over here. Okay, now all we need to do is to draw out the fair value gap using the parallel channel. Okay, so this is our fair value gap right here, and our demand zone is situated at the top. So this is the demand zone from the top of the last bullish candlestick to its wick. Now this is the demand zone over here. All right, so we're done with it. Now we have to make sure that it is a valid demand zone. They say a valid demand zone must have a change of character. Okay, so you must have a break of structure, and this is our break of structure right here. Okay, this is our break of structure, and a valid demand zone must have a fair value gap, and this is our fair value gap over here. And a valid demand zone must come back, like price must come back organically, not just one candlestick breaking all this. So this is actually an organic movement in the market, making multiple candles trying to actually go into the fair value gap area. Now let's go to the 5 minutes time frame to look for a possible entry. All right. So we are on the 5 minutes time frame. What is going to actually make us enter the market? Let me show you what will make us to enter this market, like what will confirm that this market should be entered. So if you notice, you're going to see that we are on a downtrend, right? We came all the way from this place, made a lower high, a lower low, a lower high, and we made another lower low right here. Let me show you. We made another lower low right here. Now when we made this lower high over here and made this lower low, now we have a change of character, as you can see, making a higher high and a higher low. So this is going to be our point of interest, an area of interest where we can see, or where we can find a bullish candlestick pattern to make an entry. Okay, now after that, let's take a look at what the MACD on the 5 minutes time frame is showing. Now the 5 minutes time frame is telling us that the MACD is printing strong bearish move, but after a strong bearish move comes a weak bearish move, which will emerge into the existence of green candlestick over here. Okay, so this over here, the histogram bars that you're seeing over here are from this other candlestick that have already formed. You know, the MACD does not give you what has not occurred yet, or should I say most technical analysis indicators don't give you what has not occurred yet. Okay, they only give you what has occurred, then you use that information to determine or anticipate what will happen next. All right, so that's why it's always advisable to use other indicators to support each other. Now this is the EMA 9, the moving average 9, the exponential moving average 9, which actually shadows price, like it sticks to price and tell you when to buy and when to sell. And the EMA 9 works like this. If the price, if the EMA 9 over here is below price, it means that the market wants to actually move up, and if the EMA 9 is above the price, it means the market wants to move down. Now the only thing you need to do over here is, since the Bollinger Band is showing you weak bearish movement and the EMA 9 is above the price, you just have to wait and make sure that the market is beginning to print green candlestick pattern. When the green candlestick begins to actually emerge, and then your EMA 9 technical analysis indicator is below the price, just make an entry over there and allow the market to do its thing. Okay, so that's just what we are going to do, and then we're going to place our stop loss just a little bit below the lowest point of the price, just like this. If you want, you can place it on this other low right here, but to be on the safer side, I will place mine over here and then reduce my leverage. Okay, I'll place mine over here and then reduce my leverage so that I can give the market space for volatility, so that a week, just one single week won't stop me out of the trade. Okay, so that's just what we are going to do today. So the market will, or should I say might, okay, the market might go up, fill these places, and then continue to come down. Okay, but for now the market is giving us indications that it wants to actually go up. So let's just wait for this to finish forming, and when it begins to print green candlesticks, we can actually enter the market.